This is probably the earliest I've ever been for a pre-farm guide, but today I'm here with the full pre-farm guide for the 3.7 character Cyrene. In this video, I'm going to be taking you over everything you do need to know to take her from level 1 to 80 and also max out her traces. So the general materials such as amounts for credits, books, tracks of destiny, general materials, trace materials, stagnant shadow material, one Echo of War, and I also will be going over some relic and ornament recommendations on what you should and should not be farming right now. Do note this video is only accounting for Cyrene herself and not her light code. Before I get into the video, be sure to check out the description to join the community Discord, where you can interact with other StarRL players, and not just StarRL players, other players of other games such as Arcade, Genshin Impact, and more. Kicking it off with general materials, purple books wise, you do need about 290 purple books in order to take it from level 1 to level 80. Credits wise, you do need about 3.9 billion credits in order to have enough for everything to be maxed. Tracks of Destiny, you will need a total of 8 of these for all our traces. And the common enemy material she's using is going to be these ones right here, needing a total of 56 green ones, 71 blue ones, and 73 purple ones. These were the ones that were added first when Emphorius dropped, so if you've been playing since then, you probably just have a bunch. If you don't, just set your assignments to it if you haven't already. And let's say you're watching this in the future, then you can just go out and track the enemies. The higher equilibrium level you are, the more drops you can get. Just go here, track them. If you have Phyton or Acheron, it can be even faster. If you don't, just kill them. They're not going to pose any struggle for you. The stagnant shadow material she's going to be using is the one from Shape of Sirens, as she is a ice character, but it is going to be the one in the Styxia map. So under ice, there are 4 different ones: Rime, Icicle, and Nectar. Don't farm any of these. These are not the ones she's using. She's using the top one called Shape of Sirens in Warbling Shores, Styxia. The total amount you will need is 65 of these, which is no problem, especially at the highest equilibrium level where you get 5 per run. Really needing you just about a day and a little bit more worth of stamina. Definitely the best to get out right away, just because you have to just do it once and you don't have to repeatedly do it off like multiple days, such as something like traces or even relics. It's really just easy to get this out the way first, and then you don't have to think about it for the entire time. So I definitely recommend starting with this one. The trace material she's going to use is the one from the Bud of Remembrance. There is only one, and she is a Remembrance character, so she's literally only able to use this one right here. You need a total of 18 green ones, 69 blue ones, and 139 of the purple ones. As usual, I say traces are cringe, so the moment you finish Stagnant Shadow, I recommend hopping on this as soon as possible. But you have a lot of time. Like Evernight's banner still has like near 2 weeks left. Then you have all of Dante's banner period for the second half of 3.6, then 3.7, so you have a lot of time to finish this. And again, if you're watching this in the future, maybe there's even going to be a double trace drop event active, then it can be even faster. You do just have a lot of time for this, so don't stress about it right now. If you can't start it now, you have a lot of time, but it is still best to start as soon as possible because it still will take you a little while. The Echo of War material she's going to use is the one from the Glance of Twilight, totaling about 12 drops of these that you do need for her traces. It's been here since 3.3, you probably have enough, and even if you don't, it just really takes 3 runs plus 1 extra, so 1 week plus 1 extra run. So if you have been doing your weeklies, you definitely have enough. If you haven't, then again, you just need 3 runs and then 1 extra, so 4 total runs. Very easy to knock this out the way as well. Now for relic sets. So there isn't like definitive calculations just yet, but going off my own testing and what I have seen, the most one you do want to use is 4-piece World Remaking Deliverer, with 8% crit rate in the 2-piece and the 4-piece when the wearer uses basic attack or a skill. If the wearer's Memo Sprite is on the field, increases max HP of the wearer and their Memo Sprite by 24%, and all your teams get a 15% increase to damage dealt, lasting until after the wearer's next use of basic attack or skill. Cyrene gives herself a good amount of crit rate already, but the extra amount can make her even easier to build for when it comes to her sub DPS potential. The Memo Sprite for her is always going to be considered on the field for the most part, so it's really just a free 24% HP increase. So a nice increase to HP, which she scales off of, so that's going to increase her damage, and an extra 15% damage for the entire team. As she's a sub DPS and buffer at the same time, this also applies to her, so she gets an increase in damage, while your team and your main DPS, so if you're running her with Castris, dual DPS Castris Evernight, if you're running her with the Nox or Phyton, they are going to get that damage increase as well, so that's why it is valuable. It increases her ease of building potential with crit rate, gives her a max HP increase to make her do more damage, and increases everyone else's damage with some damage dealt. If you're not running that, she does have a high speed requirement, so you do want to run something like 2B speed, 2B speed. So you can do something like 2-piece Warrior Goddess with 2-piece Relieved Ordeal, or one of those with 2-piece Hackerspace as well, as they all provide 6% speed. If you only need one 2-piece speed though, you can do 2-piece of one of those and then do 2-piece of the max HP set right here for the 12% max HP as well. And those kinda are the only options you want to do. You can do 4-piece Hero. The 2-piece is unfortunately useless since she doesn't scale off attack, but the 4-piece provides 6% speed, so similar to the 2-piece speed sets. And when the wearer's member sprite attacks, it increases the wearer's and the member sprite's crit damage by 30% for 2 turns. This is mainly just getting that extra speed if this helps you, and you also get a free 30% increase to crit damage, so increasing any damage source she does do when she crits. This is mainly if you want to focus on her own damage mostly, because unfortunately again the 2-piece doesn't help, but 30% crit damage will help. Extra 6% speed can help you get over the 180 mark you do need as a V2. So it's not like it's a completely unusable set, but 2-piece speed, or 2-piece speed and 2-piece max HP, or especially 4-piece World Where Can Deliver would be the ones you want to do. This is kind of a last ditch effort. For planet ornaments, there is going to be a brand new planet ornament in 3.7, which is going to be her best in slot. It's going to be a set that does increase the wearer's crit rate, and when the wearer's member sprite is on the field, everyone gets a speed increase. That is going to be the set you run on her. It's going to be the main one you want to use on her, giving her another ability to buff everyone's speed, and on her most common scene, which is going to be her, Evernight, Castress, and Hyacine. That's going to be great for mainly Evernight and Hyacine especially, and any other team you're using, because it's practically just a free permanent 8% speed increase while she's on the field, and also some extra crit to help her build. So I recommend waiting on if you want to farm an ornament for that. If you want a set in the meantime, or you're trying to look for something else to farm, you can use Bone, which will be the best for her damage. 12% max HP and 28% crit damage for the wearer and the member sprite, since 5,000 max HP or higher is not going to really be a problem for her. So it literally helps you get to the requirement with 12% max HP, so just further increase the damage, and free 28% increase to wearer's member sprite and the wearer themselves for crit damage, just further amplifying the damage she can do when she does crit. Since her damage isn't like, horrible, it's not like Cyrene level if you don't have multiple AoE buffers on the team, it actually is really solid. Focusing on her personal damage with the bone set is actually not a bad idea whatsoever. So if you want to take away a bit of supportive capabilities by running the new set, you can run bone set, amplify her own damage even more. Those are the two really only sets you want to run on her. Again, the new set when it comes out in 3.7, or bone set for Cyrene's personal damage. If you're someone that might be struggling a lot with speed rolls, like let's say you can't get a signature Lycone, you maybe don't even have Hyacine, and maybe the Herder Shop Lycone is just going to be unavailable to you, and you just have no speed rolls on your pieces, you're just that unlucky, you can use the Giant Tree set. The actual effect is useless, it's literally just for the 6% speed to get as much speed as possible. Or if you just want to build a really fast Cyrene outside of battle for some specific reason, because again, the new set gives speed as well, you can use this, at least in the meantime, until you get a better set. It's also paired with Bone, so you can get a better set in that sense. But this would literally just be for the extra speed as a placeholder for the new set, or while you're farming Bone as well. Otherwise, it's relatively useless. Again, it's literally only for the 6% speed, so you can do the same thing with Forge as well, because it gives 6% speed, honestly. But yeah, again, mainly 3.7's new set, or running Bone set for her personal damage. Those are the only ones you really want to use. Everything else would be a placeholder until you get a usable set ASAP. And that does wrap up the full pre-farm guide for Cyrene. I do hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like, would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and to the button for future videos like this, along with all the types of style content. Remember to join the Discord in the description below, and I'll see you later. Peace out.